buckets based on how advanced their companies were. And the most advanced bucket was what they called frontier firms. And the short version of a frontier firm is one that has humans managing a couple of different AI agents. And it's super interesting, the difference between the frontier firms and the rest. So employees are more likely to say their company was thriving, that they could take on more work, their work was meaningful, and they were less worried that AI would take their job. So this idea of building AI around humans has measurable rewards. So that's kind of a theoretical piece, but what does it actually look like if we move from theory and kind of big ideas to like stuff that you actually need to do to move the needle? So this is a recent case for us. A little bit of background. This is a fraud and waste team in New York for an international bank. And so we asked these core questions. Who is here? What are their problems? And how can we solve them? And what we found is that there's basically two roles that were in this flow. This is simplified and obviously taking out all of the client-based information. But level 1 analysts, they had too many systems to deal with. They were not integrated. They were getting lots of false positives in their fraud research. And specifically, it was difficult for them to take this unstructured data that they were getting and fit it into their company's model. Their company's model is their secret sauce. Their specific risk model is what makes them special. And so this is just a side note. This is our take on AI. We don't think that companies are going to be able to buy AI implementation off the shelf. We think that companies are going to need to think about, yes, you can buy some tools, but it's going to require internal work because your people, your unique institutional knowledge, your processes, your secret sauce is what makes your company special. So you're not going to be able to buy off-the-shelf tools to be able to deliver that. You're going to have to be able to think about how we build with the human in the loop. So in this case, the level 1 analyst did all this research. They create the assessment. They go to level 2. And the level 2 was, their thing was all about taking in, again, all this diverse information, but how do I understand which information is most important for me to be able to make critical decisions, and basically anything that was important for speed for them, the back and forth when they go with other people in the organization or with the level 1 analyst to ask questions, things like that. Here's the after with AI. And so we took this core grunt work that the level 1 analyst was doing, and we built, this shows 4, I think it's like a 7-agent system in reality. But basically, this information that was manual research, it took about 6 hours in different systems. We build out AIs for each one of those systems that then could integrate. So it takes about 4 minutes of processing time for 6 hours. Now, we add hours back in because the level 1 analyst, the human in the loop, is reviewing that assessment and then creating a final risk assessment that then goes to level 2. The way we help the level 2 officer, that level 2 officer has access to that same information. So it's showing, again, this company's secret sauce with the weighting. It's showing how the AI did that weighting item by item with confidence scores and things like that. So when the level 2 officer grabs it, they know exactly where to look and they can speed up their processing time. This team does multiple cases all at once, obviously, and it also requires conversations internally. But basically, a standard case took about 5 days to complete, and now they're down to a 2-day completion cycle. And it's not, right now, it's not going to get faster than that because those 2 days are waiting on humans. I'm talking to the relationship manager, I'm going back, and I'm talking to people. So it's not a technology problem, it's a people problem. Results from this pilot was a 46% reduction in cost. That's mostly man hours. The flip side of that is there was a 63% capacity increase. And the honest thing is that's different in level 1 and level 2. So they're trying to figure out, okay, now we have more hours, but they're not synchronous. So exactly how do we use these new hours, right? And the ROI annualized is a $775,000 save, excluding implementation. And again, my view is that this is just a first level. Yes, we save time, we save money, there is ROI, but what I'm excited about with this particular client is what comes next, right? How do we, when we start to use these hours and we start to use this information, how can we build AI to create new opportunities, more on the P side,